I spoke with Brian Stan many, many years ago, and Brian asked me a question, and the question was if I had any advice for Conor McGregor. And he was talking about from a personality standpoint. And my advice was to find a guy, and it can even be somebody in a different weight class that you never have to worry about clashing with, but find a guy and put him over. Find a guy and compliment him. Find a guy and say that you like to watch him. As opposed to only being negative. Everybody sucks. I only bring that to you because now it's finally happened. And when I answered this hypothetical situation, it would have been an experiment. I wouldn't have known that I was right. We would have needed it to happen and see, do we like that Conor? Does he gain our trust? Does he show us that I'm not just performing and doing it from the negative energy standpoint? I am being sincere because I can do it on both sides. It would have been an experiment. It was just my prediction that would have been helpful. Well, now we've got it. We've got it in the form of Suga Sean O'Malley. Sean O'Malley, who can be very sharp with the tongue, is not afraid to pay compliments, and it's different. There's not a lot of the guys that go into the trash talk. I don't love that term, by the way. That go into that category that can also have the other side. And Suga Sean does it all the time. But he did it yesterday. He did it in regards to Israel Adesanya, and he declared that Israel Adesanya is the greatest champion in UFC history. Okay. Well, how the hell did we get there? Well, Sean then qualified it and told us how we got there. And he just talked about not only Adesanya's wins, not only the fact that he only takes the hardest fights, not only that he builds them and does everything right, not only that he's there for the company, but he's also there for us, right? Being a company man, by the way, being a company man means that he serves us. That's what it means. I'm looking for the company. I'm trying to sell tickets. No, man, he's making us interested in what's going on so that we can have fun. We're going to buy it either way. Are we going to buy it excited? Or are we going to buy it counting our dollars thinking, I wish I would have done something else, right? And Sean brought that up. And then Sean went further and he brought up the dates. He brought up the fact and the idea that Adesanya has put up with last-minute changes and never complained. He brought up the fact and idea that Adesanya can't feel good. And that's true. Nobody feels good. I can insert myself into that. I was very grappling heavy. I mean, that's just not the same pain as being a striker. I didn't feel good. So now imagine that your style is striking. You're going to stay on your feet and take punches and kicks. You're never going to feel good. And Sean brought this up. And he said, but he's never missed a date. Never missed an opponent. Never flinched. If he agrees to a date, it doesn't then change when such and such opponent comes in. Nothing changes. He just moves right along. And if you were to juxtapose that against other champions, it is different. I don't say this to give Leon a hard time, by the way. I'm going to use Leon because it's an example right in front of us and it's a name that you know. But Leon became champion way back when. It was in March. His opponent was identified that night. That night. And he still, to my knowledge, has not publicly agreed. I know behind closed doors, he has not signed. And nobody's flinched, nobody's moved. The rules are the same, the weight class is the same, the opponent's the same. Nothing's changed. But he hasn't agreed. And if you were to juxtapose Leon versus Izzy, I mean, Dana goes out, he gets a television deal in Australia. The day they're going to debut, he would like to bring Adesanya. He's got all of these things done. Now, he needs a guy that he can count on somewhere along the way, whether it slipped out or he presented it. He made somebody that he's now working with believe he was going to have Izzy. Well, Izzy can make him look real bad. Or Dana can pick Izzy because he knows he'll back me. I backed him, and now he's going to back me, and now you've got a partnership. Now you have something very different. Guys love to use the word partner to get you to do things that you don't want to do, or guys love to use the word partner to get paid a certain amount that they normally wouldn't have gotten paid. It's very rare that you actually have guys who look out for each other, right? And I think that was Sean's point to a degree. You can count on him. If you put him on a microphone and it's live TV, you don't need to sit him down ahead of time and tell him that he needs to entertain. He's already done the math. He'll do it. Sean called him the greatest champion in UFC history. I would not have done that because he's still going. That's usually not done for an active champion. It's usually done when things are over. But Sean said it about him now. So I set out to disprove it. I set out to sit down in this chair and argue with young Sean. Put his pants on for him. Big brother's going to come in. I've had almost 24 hours. I can't dispute it. Sean made some really good points there. And while still being active and still being busy, called Adesanya the greatest champion ever. For different reasons. Not that he didn't say the greatest fighter, which he might be. That's not what he said. He chose his words carefully, and he called him the greatest champion. I can't disagree. Do you?